I can't quite contain or explain my evil ways.
What is up, everybody? Enderheart here with another Gravity Falls fanfiction reading, and today I'm really excited because I can't wait to see what happens to Dipper in Cipher Secret Chapter 7! As we were reading last time, Dipper apparently was falling to his death. So, let's get right back to the story. Sorry if any of you were left hanging by my cliffhanger. So, let's go! Dipper was falling to his imminent death as he was coming closer to the field of poisonous flowers when one thought, no, one name flashed to his mind. Around day. The entire world stopped. Dipper's eyes remained closed, preventing him from knowing what was happening outside, completely oblivious to his surroundings. If he opened his eyes, Dipper would have averted them, which he obviously couldn't do, because Adendis was such a pretty movement within the wind. He couldn't see, but he could feel, and he felt something inside of him snapping. Something was wrong, out of place. He could hear the wyvern's insistent roars echoing through his mind and coming back, turning it to reality, as well as Azaf calls for him. Opening his eyes, Dipper discovered he wasn't on his way to the flower field anymore. He was flying towards the sky. Flying? Dipper shouted inside his head. He looked from behind him and discovered he had wings. One of them was colored in a scary pitch black, and the other one was a soothing white color. This was certainly strange. Where had they come from? How? Why? Dipper thought. Oh, I see what's happening here. Oh my god! Oh, another thing, guys, please don't post spoilers in the comments. Please. This is also kind of a reaction. Dipper thought nothing could get stranger after he turned into a wolf and stuck like that until he finished a stupid quest. Then he discovered he was some kind of winged wolf or something. Suddenly everything went black for a moment. Dipper could see nothing. He could sense he was still flying. However, he saw light and everything went white. The name suddenly echoed through his mind again. Aronde. Opening his eyes, he discovered one thing. Those wings weren't his, and he wasn't controlling them. Someone else was. Dipper was caught off guard when his wings headed directly to where the wyvern was. It was opening its mouth at him, as if wanting to eat him whole. Dipper tried to stop the wings or head another direction, but nothing worked. He wanted to control himself, but couldn't. He didn't know if it was nervousness that made him impossible for him to control his wings, or if there was someone else behind it. It sounded like a story so much. The only difference was that Dipper didn't know if the story was a fairy tale or a horror movie script. Suddenly, Dipper bumped against something hard. He opened his eyes quickly. He was on the black wyvern's back. By its glare, the dragon-like creature didn't seem very happy by the wolf's presence and the idea of being mounted like a horse. It shook its whole body, trying to get Dipper down, but he had already nailed the wyvern, preventing him from falling. Then he noticed he was within a few centimeters close to the creature's neck. He calmly crawled down to the wyvern's neck, but caught off guard one more time as the creature shook its body again, making Dipper almost fall. Once again, Dipper thanked his claws as he managed to nail them on the creature's jaw, in which the dragon responded with a grunt of pain. Something told Dipper to do something quickly because his nails were slipping and the wings didn't seem like they'd budge anymore. His eyes widened when they shone a white light and then disappeared. That's it. His life was over. Soon he would fall and die. He definitely didn't want that ending for his life, though all would end and he wouldn't suffer anymore if that happened. No, what was he thinking? That would be considered suicide, and he definitely didn't want that. Then the wyvern opened its eyes and flew as fast as it could, with Dipper still attached to its jaw and clinging to life. Dipper closed his eyes and focused. I need those wings. Just one more time. Nothing happened. He tried again, but this time he saw something else. I need help. Aronde, whoever you are. Dipper felt a wave of safety rush inside his veins. Then he let go. He knew she would save him. Dipper was falling to the ground, but he wasn't worried. He trusted her. He trusted Aronde, whoever she was, wherever she was, whatever she was. Then he felt a warm sensation on his back. He was heading to the clearing of poisonous flowers, and then the movement, in contrast with the wind, was almost hypnotizing and relaxing. Dipper didn't know why he was being such an idiot by doing this, but he closed his eyes, and one more time the entire world stopped. He seemed to froze in time. He knew it was time to say it. I trust you, Aronde, he said out loud. Dipper opened his eyes in a heartbeat. He was almost close to the field. However, when he was going to bump onto the ground, he flew directly to the horizon. Dipper peeked behind his shoulders and saw the same wings he had seen before. He smirked. It's showtime, he thought. Dipper then flew as high as he could, and just then he noticed that he could now control those wings. Dipper knew that was the weirdest thing he had ever done. He was flying behind a wyvern with black wings. He was flying behind a wyvern with black and white wings, which he had gotten by trusted someone called Aronde. However, he indeed trusted her. Dipper, what are you doing? He heard Azaf and Daniel called him, but ignored them completely. His wings were fully opened, as if trying to help Dipper with his flight. Somehow, he felt more intimidating this way. With the difference of weight, Dipper could have reached the wyvern easily, but the creature's wings were much bigger, and therefore it made it easier for it to fly faster. Not worrying about this, Dipper revealed his sharp claws, ready to attack when needed. However, he waited. He was waiting for something. He was waiting for a signal. Go, someone said inside of his head. That was exactly what Dipper wanted to hear. He flew as near to the creature's neck as he could, as fast as the wings would allow him, and then slashed it with his claws. It didn't work at first, since the dragon's scales seemed to protect its neck from any possible damage that would be deadly. However, Dipper couldn't go more wrong. That was, for once, a good signal. It was like a jolt of electricity. The wyvern's grunts of pain and attempts to fly were no use, and it fell on the clearing, apparently dead. The ground trembled, as if complaining about the creature's fall, but then everything returned to normal. Dipper flew where his comrades were. When he reached the floor, his wing disappeared in a quick jolt of light, leaving some sparkles floating around in the air. Dipper didn't bother turning to the other three apprentices who were frantically calling for him. He turned and faced the creature, whose eyes didn't open. However, the wolf could still feel the danger. He awakened from his hypnotic state by Azaf, who put a paw on his shoulder. You okay? Why wouldn't I be? Dipper asked, not taking his eyes off the wyvern. He knew it had been easy. Way too easy. It's just a stupid lizard with wings. Yeah. Azaf, when will you learn? Daniel agreed, approaching them, and was ready to make a new comment about something. This is just a stupid, gigantic, flesh-eating, blood-lusted, red-eyed, deadly lizard with wings. How stupid is that? Azaf rolled his eyes upon noticing Daniel's sarcastic comment. Dipper ignored the both of them, focusing on the black wyvern's body. He wanted to notice the faintest movement and the faintest sound to know if the creature was alive or not. If in this case he could react faster and kill the wyvern before it could gather enough energy to start a new fit. He wanted to know where Dana was, if she was alright, but that didn't matter now. Yeah, she was as well pulled away, far away from the wyvern's collision with a few trees nearby, but she was alright. He knew it. He hoped so. Dipper, I have to ask, how did you do that? Azaf totally ignored Daniel and turned to the blue-haired wolf. Dipper did not take his eyes off the immobile body, but understood perfectly Azaf's question. He had been asking himself as well. Dipper sighed, blinking tiredly as he basically used his entire energy to follow the wyvern and attack it, shook his head, trying to wake up inside. Something that wasn't easy because Faltigue was consuming him from the inside out. I don't know. What do you mean exactly? He could be wrong. Azaf could be talking about how he slashed the dragon's neck with its thick, almost impenetrable skin.